Okay, so this is a video about how Robin can cheat and switch to Bronze Sword from Levin when he's not supposed to at all. But to start off, I'm going to have to basically explain how the Levin Sword even works, because there's a lot of people who don't, and I'm sure a lot of people who secondary or even main Robin don't know all the little intricacies. So if you already know everything and just want to get to the swapping, you can skip this part, but I feel like it's important to talk about. So, as we all know, Robin can swap between the Bronze and Levin Sword. When you have the Bronze Sword out, if you do a smash attack but a forward air, so like do a forward air but flick your stick, it'll come out as a Levin Sword. And then once you have the Levin Sword out, no matter how you do an aerial, C-stick, being tilt, smash, doing a tilt, or a weak aerial, like not flicking the stick, it will still be Levin. I have tilt stick, it's Levin. And usually it's impossible to go from the Levin Sword directly to the Bronze. The only way to bring it back out is with a tilt or a jab, because those are always Bronze moves, no matter what. They always come out as Bronze. Now, quick, I need to say this as well. Robin's one of the few characters because of this where I think the stick sensitivity really matters. In Smash Ultimate, we all know there's a stick sensitivity option, and I just need to clear that up as well, because a lot of people think it does things it doesn't. It only affects the window of frames you have to do smash attacks, so by like 1 or 2 frames. Like if you put on high sensitivity, you have an extra frame to do it. If you put on low sensitivity, you have one less frame to do it. Now, why this matters for Robin is if you're on normal or high sensitivity, and you're holding up, I'm holding up right now, I don't have tap jump, and then I do an up air, it's always Levin, no matter what. If you're on normal or high sensitivity, if you do a jump and then up air, it can be Bronze. But if you do it from the ground, it counts it as if you're doing like a flick animation, an up smash. I don't know why, but that's gonna be important to keep in mind. So, gotta go die to get my Levin Sword back. Now then, last thing is attack canceling. If you're using tilt stick, you probably know what attack canceling is, or you've seen it. If you attack cancel with Robin, it's always the Levin Sword. So I have tilt stick, but even though I just use C-stick to do an aerial, it comes out as Levin. Alright, I think that's just about it. So normally combos with Robin, they have to be like the Levin Sword like that. Unless you only have one use left and then you can do some weird Bronze stuff, right? So, in order to, a while back, like a few months ago, we all kind of realized collectively that, hey, sometimes our nairs are coming out as Bronze, and we don't know why. So we all kind of looked into it, and it was found out that through jab canceling, or whatever, you can cancel a jab with a jump on the first frame it's happening, and pressing the C-stick in a direction, it would, with really good timing, really impossible timing, it would come out. So the inputs we used to do was jab, and then on the first possible frame, jump, hold a direction, and press the C-stick for the aerial you wanted. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the A button is the attack button, so that means you have to switch to claw grip, and it was very annoying and super impractical, but it worked. So we couldn't really lab combos very easily because of how hard it was. Now, to understand why we did it with C-stick, I'm gonna have to go into frame advance and show you guys. In Smash Ultimate, every grounded move, so jabs and smash attacks and tilts, I don't know about specials, I'm gonna say not specials. On the first frame of them, you can cancel them with a jump. I didn't do it there. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't working. I'm gonna blame my X button. My X button isn't the best. So here I've canceled with a jump, and it's gonna do a nair. That was a jab. It's the same with a tilt. Cancel the tilt. It's coming out as a nair because I'm not holding direction. Now, what does this mean? Well, if you have the Levin Sword out, like this, and you do this, you notice jab brings out a Bronze Sword. So, if you were to cancel this with a jump now, there's the Bronze Nair that we have, that Robin mains have issues with sometimes. So they're probably trying to do a short hop Nair, like buffered, or however you say it, and they're pressing jab first, just barely. So now we think to ourselves, well, why can't I just hold forward and get a bronze forward air, and I don't have to press the C-stick? So, interesting thing about that. I'm going to do that right now. So now I'm jumping, I'm holding forward. I have the bronze sword now. Oh, it's Levin. So what's happening most of the time, why we never really notice, is because when you would do, by accident, like an attack cancel, it would switch from bronze during the jab, and then because you're flicking your stick to do like a smash attack for a Levin Sword, it would override itself again. And you can't do a jab out of a dash, like direct, like inside of a dash. You have to wait till the dash is over. So a lot of like dash forward airs would never ever suffer from this problem. So that's probably another reason why it would never happen. So I can't really show it in frame advance, because in frame advance it will always act as if you're doing smash stick if you're holding forward for a forward air. But what you can do is do a C-stick at the same time. The C-stick would override your air, like the smash input. I don't know why. If you had tilt stick, of course. It's very weird. So we'll jab, we'll jump, jump. And now I'm pressing stick forward and the analog stick forward at the same time, and it comes out as bronze. Now, I thought to myself, well, this frame perfect tech that I used to think was only doable with the C-stick, well, what if I just roll my finger from jab to jump, like during a run or something? And sure enough, without any C-stick required, you can get bronze aerials. Now, what does this mean? It means you can get these like impossible, or used to be impossible combos that would require you to be on your last use of the Levin Sword without actually being on the last use of the Levin Sword. Now, it's important that I slightly cover at least something that we found last month. That's the exact same thing as this. It's canceling your jab with the jump, and then air dodging allows you to switch directly to the to the bronze sword with without doing any aerials, so or with any tilts or anything. Now you can actually do this the other way around if you're using A plus B smash, which all Robin mains should be for Nair. For Levin Nair, it's not that great, but it works. If you're holding B and then shield and continue, I'm still holding the B button, and then press A to input a Nair and then jump air dodge, you'll get the Levin Sword without using any of your uses. It can be useful if you don't want to like have to throw out a random area to swap and you want the ease of access. But otherwise, it doesn't matter too much for this. Now, what matters is, I originally thought that stick sensitivity would make this tech a lot harder, because it is easier on low sensitivity depending on how you do it. At the very least, you can only do this jab cancel bronze up air if you are using low sensitivity. If you don't want to use the C-stick claw grip, because like I said earlier, if you're holding up and you do it like a short up air, it will always be Levin Sword unless you're on low sensitivity. I wouldn't recommend low sensitivity as Robin, because it's impossible to pull out the Levin Sword unless you're really good at A plus B smash or use smash stick, and tilt stick is usually recommended. So what I found out though is if you're just holding forward like in a run, and then you cancel this run with a jab and then jump, it will come out as the bronze forward air pretty easily. So what you do is you forward air, and then if you get it right, which is very hard by the way, because it still is frame perfect, obviously I ran out there that time, but what you want to do is when you land with the forward air, just keep holding forward, don't reset your stick to neutral. So I'm holding forward, and then I do jab, I roll my finger from jab to jump, which is not easy. Or I use Z-jump as well, so that's helping me a lot when I show the combos, which I will probably just overlay on the screen right now because it's very hard to get in the moment. But with practice, I think it's probably pretty recommended at like very low percents, because we don't know all the combos yet. Yeah, there it was. I have the training mode mod pack, so we can air dodge. I'll just overlay some of the clips I've gotten because, wow, it's kind of hard, but I think the real limitation is finding out what we can do and at what percent we can do them. There it is. And then at 0% you dash attack. That's true. But it's tight. I have a clip earlier of me getting it with the training mode mod pack, so it's a and all that. But none of it's really easy, and the fact that you can't do up air too easily is kind of upsetting, but there are some stuff that is potential, like landing up air to bronze forward air, but the only problem is doing a forward air without moving forward is difficult, to say the least. So I'll just show it in frame advance one more time. It's frame perfect. On the first frame of your jab, you have to jump, and then you'll get a bronze aerial no matter what. It's hardest, I feel like, to do with back air because it's usually a smash input no matter what. But it's by far the easiest to do with forward air because you're already holding forward during like a combo, and you don't want to reset. If you reset your stick to neutral, you're likely to do a flick, which will result in a smash attack. Yeah. So it's more so up to the Robin community to actually find out what kind of uses this can have, because I don't know. I've tried to lab this out so many times, like before knowing that you don't even need to use the C-stick. So yeah, that's just all the ways to swap to Robin's sword that are very unintended.